you guys ever think about what's the best and what's the worst? Well, then the show is for you!
So on tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about when good sci-fi goes bad. So this is when, really great concept, just poorly executed. So, you want to start us off, Josh? Being the sci-fi expert.
I'm not allowed to talk about Time Cop, because Will wants Time Cop. But I had like an Alien versus Predator rant, which is sort of like punching like a toddler in the face. Like you're just gonna win that fight every time, unless it's like a rabbit.
Unless it's against an alien.
Exactly.
Or a predator.
One that I think everyone is going to be mad at me about: Predator 2.
Why would anyone be mad?
I watched it again the other day, and it does not age. It has not aged well.
I like it.
Really? Yeah, like what's wrong with it?
Wait, what do you mean what's wrong with it?
First
Danny Glover against a fucking predator?
First of all,
you're crazy, Riggs. You're crazy.
In the end, we learn that they've been doing this since the Civil War.
Right.
And he gives them sweet guns. What isn't cool about that?
That's true. I guess it takes it like out of the jungle.
Well, it takes it out of the jungle, but like the whole idea that there's like the voodoo gang versus like the what are they, Colombian drug lords? It's like what?
It's the concrete jungle.
Well, right, exactly. It's the urban jungle, but I don't know. It's just I don't know. 1997. Seriously, when was that movie made? 1990. Like 7 years in the future. Everything's like fucking chaos and shit. Like it's like so cliche almost.
Dude,
it's
they
were afraid that Ronald Reagan wasn't going to be reelected.
Well, for the third term, yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like I don't know. I knew I was going to get shit for that one because I like the movie. I do, but it just hasn't. It's not like a fine wine.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of hard coming off of Predator 1. I mean,
Right.
Predator 1's so good.
Well, that's like the whole sequel thing. Like,
right. I mean, they were hoping
just
for like
not
aliens.
Right.
But it didn't really work out that way, I guess.
But 2, they're just like flat, like the aliens, like running around just killing like voodoo drug lords. Like, I just get hung up on the voodoo drug lord thing.
So.
I don't know. I don't know why.
That sounds awesome to me.
Weekend at Bernie's 2 meets Predator.
All right, Will, what do you got going?
I wanted to talk about Time Cop.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yes.
Did someone else want to talk about Time Cop?
I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about Time Cop. So,
how awesome it is?
Time Cop really, to me, just failed for a couple of reasons. So I'd like to, say what I liked about it. In the beginning, it was kind of cool because you actually see, like, the policing of the time continuum. Right. You see
with that guy
people.
At the stock market.
Well, originally someone goes back and they steal Robert E. Lee's gold with like submachine guns and stuff, which is an interesting concept. I would have went back to like ancient Egypt and like it made like a whole like Stargate fuck their shit up type thing. But yeah, then that man goes back to the 20s and he's playing the stock market after the Depression. His punishment, he was sentenced to death. But originally he tried to evade Mr. Van Damme because I guess he didn't want to get kicked in the face. He tried to jump out a window and commit suicide. So in order to sentence him to death, they put him back in the 30s, like as he's falling.
Right.
So like they sentenced him while keeping, the time continuum intact as much as they can. Right.
That's a good concept, like these like time policemen, these time cops, if you will.
Right. Exactly. So it failed in the mode of time travel. I don't know if you remember, but it's like this whole like
it's like a hallway, right? And
Cool Runnings bullshit where you get in this sled and a couple of Jamaican bobsled people push you to 88 miles per hour. Right. They were voodoo drug lords. And you hop in this bobsled and you go real fast.
And like people die, right? The whole thing is like, whoa, I hope he survives this time. So there's like stains on the wall. Like
why would you have a wall there? Wouldn't you
why wouldn't you?
Who built the wall? Wouldn't that fucking corridor go like another 40 feet minimum?
Wouldn't it be like a big air cushion? protection, like in case you hit it. Like,
Well, maybe the people
Or that
that
foam from
from Demolition Man.
the
it's like-
people that designed it probably watched a lot of Wile E. Coyote. They thought you would just hit the wall and flatten and peel yourself off.
Yeah.
But the second part where I thought it failed is the Time Enforcement Commission, the people that ran the whole time cop
TEC.
thing,
Are
the
you kidding me?
TEC.
Gonna call it TEC?
They were started in 1997.
That's the year. That's
And
the year.
That's so
They-
futuristic.
And then the events of Time Cop take place in 2004.
Oh shit! I
And
remember that.
they-
Not so much the movie Time Cop, but the events that took place
Yeah, in
in the film
2000.
Time Cop.
Right.
I was just finished getting out of class in college.
Yeah.
I was graduating and I went, is that a time cop?
Oh my god. So, and what else sucks is they don't create their own universe. They actually name President Clinton as the president. And I'm thinking, like, you know, President Clinton couldn't even reform healthcare in between blowjobs. You expect me to believe that he created this Time Enforcement Commission during his time in office? It's just the TEC. It's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like that just takes away from it. Like I'd rather see a fake president.
Yeah, like it might as well be
doing
like
that.
its own universe, which
Right,
is that's
exactly.
what I think great sci-fi does. It
Yeah.
just throws you right into
Right.
the universe.
Yeah.
But when you try to like, well, you know, like you said, like Clinton's the president, or
Yeah.
it's,
Near future,
you know, I
yeah,
don't
exactly.
know.
And they're driving around fucking like Dodge Plymouths.
with like fucking boxes on the
yeah, like,
sides
what
and
the
shit.
fuck?
Like,
What are you trying to impress? Like,
that's not aerodynamic. What are the
Yeah,
gas
seriously.
prices in future 2004?
Right.
Fucking
And then there's
got a
all
box
these
on my car.
there's all these paradoxes that are created. So like turns out that the villain is a senator who really wants to be president. So he sent people back to steal Robert E. Lee's gold and invest it during the Depression. So at one point in 1997, there's two senators running around and Van Damme's chasing after one. And Van Damme does his signature foot to the face. And on the old senator,
Maybe kick someone, or is this an actual foot to the
Just
face?
like, he just
just,
like puts his foot up against someone.
stops it
And
right there.
they die immediately.
Yes. Yes. So he kicks him in the roundhouses him in the face.
Yeah.
And a scar shows up in the old senator, and then,
Oh, and then-
the future senator is like, and
Predestination
gets a
paradox.
scar. It's
Yeah.
it's pretty stupid and
Although
ridiculous.
one thing that film did really well is that like same matter can't occupy the same space.
That was
but
original.
it's stupid.
That's
It
really
turned it
original.
into this big like Akira Wicked Witch of the East, like
Yeah. Like it just like melts. and-
yeah, it's kind of a little stupid.
I just remember the guy with the virtual reality porn. That's what I remember.
Right.
That's what we all remember.
That's what we all wish. I mean, not so much the time traveling, but we definitely want that VR porn.
Want the
Exactly.
VR
If you're like, there's time travel in the future? No, there's fucking VR porn.
All
dog.
right, Dom, what do you got for us?
You can use one of mine.
What do you got?
I got Species. Which, I'll tell you why Species is a bad movie. Because when I was in 7th
I
grade...
thought he's supposed to tell
I
us
just,
why.
well, hold on.
Wait,
I
I
just
got.
like to point
I don't
out,
wanna- I don't
like to
wanna- I
point
don't
out
wanna
that
say no.
there's species, and then there's a bullet point that says mass boobs, which is the only thing I remember about
Yeah.
species. That and the scene in the bathroom.
That's why
and I'm
it's
talking
a-
right,
horrible.
right.
That and the scene in
And
the
there's,
bathroom
like,
where it rips out the
Tentacle
spine.
boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the trailer for Species 2, and it's like Species 2, and like dude and the Species girl walking at each other, and she just like derobes, and it's like,
Yeah.
do the Species they just fuck? Is that it? Because I
That's
want
what
to
I
see.
remember
I
the plot.
really
That
want to
was
see
the whole
that
plot.
movie.
Yeah, the whole plot was like she had to like fuck some dude.
Yeah, I know, but then like it's supposed to be like the
No.
sci-fi like thriller at the same time. It's just like there's gonna be fucking sex.
Nah, it's,
Michael Mann.
it's a movie about rejection. You see,
Get the fuck out of here.
Ben,
I'm sorry. I can go with Die Hard being
Ben
all about a good movie
Kingsley-
about growth, but
it was a movie about growth. Ben Kingsley engineered this woman to have sex with him, and as a child she wouldn't, so she escaped, and then he sends people after her.
done.
All right.
All right. Keeping with like temporal jumps and stuff. Jumper.
Why
That
are we
movie
on
is a misfire.
I have not seen Jumper yet.
It's okay. You don't have to.
I just know that he's got
Did you
like
see
a
the
whip.
trailer? Did you see the trailer?
Yeah,
of Jumper?
it's got like a
You saw the
snake
movie,
whip
you
that
saw
goes
the
through time.
Yeah,
tunnels.
exactly.
Well, the
you
thing
can
is,
teleport.
Yeah, he can teleport, and people come after him with grappling hooks.
Right.
Like that was a great idea.
Yeah. And they set up this whole like
Dude can teleport.
done.
He'll just move away.